Yo, what's going on? It is 1 p.m. here in Crystal Lake, Illinois. It means it's time for another live stream. Today is Friday, March 15th, 2024. Guys, we have made it to the weekend. Whew, it's been a long week, and I got to tell you, I think it's been a long week because the marathon training is starting to catch up to me. Had a 80-plus mile week last week. I'm going to have an 80-plus mile week this week, and no doubles. So, like, the runs are basically like a 10-mile run or a 12-mile run or a workout. And it's catching up. I'm getting tired. So that's where I'm at. Hopefully you're at a good place too. Today on the show, though, I'm really excited about today's show. Really, really fun stuff. Because, one, I got this giant box from Deckers. Deckers is the parent company of Hoka. But this is what I think it is. It's not Hoka's. It's something else. And usually when it's something from Deckers that's not Hoka's, it's going to be pretty fun. So we'll take a look at that. But before we get to that, we got some other things we got to do first. We got to say hi to everyone listening in on the podcast, on the audio-only version. Hopefully you're having a good run out there. Today, for me, the weather was really nice. A little bit on the chilly side. A little brisk. I had very thin gloves on. I think that was perfect for me. Long sleeves, long tights. But otherwise, wasn't too windy. Sun was shining. I had just a really great day. Really enjoyed myself. Tested out a new pair of shoes and was very pleasantly surprised. I'll tell you all about it in a second. But yeah, a good day. And I'm hoping for a really good day for you guys as well. And for everyone else watching this later but not live, this is the number one place to get information for what shoes to buy for your high school cross country or track star. Because it is track season. And I think maybe we could do some community work here. I got to figure out what shoes I want to get for my daughter for this year. I want to get her a new running shoe, and I want to get her, and not a spike, but a flat, because she's 12, so I don't want to put her in spikes yet. So I have some ideas. I wrote them down on the list upstairs. I didn't bring the list down here, but I can recreate it. I remember it. And maybe we can workshop together. So like if you're in that position, later but not live people, you know, you're going to get the benefit of the community here. All right, that's going to be a lot of fun. All right, let's see what we got in the chat. Rusty Child says that he thinks that the box is the new Hoka sandals. I don't know. Which Hoka sandals are we talking about? I saw Tommy had a pair that looked super weird. Puffy and ropey and stuff. It was crazy. I don't know I don't think that's what it is, but yeah, I don't know. Eric A says, my nephew just started track also. Yeah, I think I'm going to do another like haul video because I think I'm just going to buy her a bunch of stuff at the beginning of the season. You know, too much for really what a normal track kid needs, but just to kind of like buy some stuff. And if I were better at planning, I would have gotten brands involved. But then I don't want to put her on the camera yet. But I'm going to talk about stuff that I think makes sense for a track runner. And then we could talk about, I can give some feedback on what she likes and what she doesn't like, you know? All right. Let's see. Eric says, meanwhile, here in Colorado Springs and 20 inches of snow later, dug out this morning on a rest day, but I ain't going nowhere today. 20 inches of snow. That's so much. I have been seeing a lot of fun snow pictures from my Colorado friends. Is it just Colorado that got snow? Nowhere else got snow? Is that it? It's kind of wild. Michelle De Mayo is running LA Marathon on Sunday. It's her first. Welcoming good vibes my way. Pray for me. Michelle, you're going to do great. It's a fun course, and it's a great place to run. It's I kind of wish I were there, but I'm not going to be there this year because I have travel coming up next week, and then a lot of travel in April, and then and then I have a race in May. I'm going to be doing the Tiger Claw and then maybe another trip. So it's already a lot of travel. Crazy. So unfortunately I couldn't go, but I really want to be there because it's so much fun. It's a good weekend. All right. Mark Peterson says, what's your 10K PR? You're short from doing 1200s in the new Metaspeed Sky. A 10K pace seemed maybe a touch quick. It was a touch quick. And I wouldn't call that my 10K pace, but Sage and Sandy called it that my 10K pace. They prescribed 603 to 608 per mile as my 10K pace. My 5K PR is like 6-minute pace. Well, that was like 2 Septembers ago. So So I do think that like my current 5K PR would probably be somewhere around like 5:55 pace. So it's not completely crazy to think that I can run maybe 6:08s, 6:09s for a 10K. I think I mentioned it in the comments of that reel for the 1200s, that if I were to line up like this weekend, for example, to race a 10K, I might shoot for 6:15s. That would really hurt. But I felt like on a good day, maybe not this weekend, but if like I tapered for the next 10 days, then I think I could run 6:15s. Maybe 6:10s if I had a strong kick at the end, but not the whole time. So yeah. They keep prescribing a bunch of stuff at like between 6 and 6:10. And I keep calling it a touch off of 5K pace, and they keep calling it 10K pace. So I don't know. I think either way, I haven't raced a 10K in a very long time. Maybe I'll do the big 10K this year. They do that race downtown, and it's kind of a weird race to do because I didn't go to a Big Ten school. But it's a very big 10K, and a lot of former college runners run it. So there's just so many fast people. And it's fun. And the party afterwards is really fun. There's mascots and stuff. Maybe I'll do that, you know. All right. Oh, Imichite says, 4 miles today and listening while packing up the house, moving from North Carolina down to Orlando soon. All right. That sounds, I don't envy you. I don't like moving. But hopefully the move is going to be ultimately exciting. And so, it's a small inconvenience to what's going to be some happier days ahead. So hope you're having a good time there. Andrew Scott says he's got an easy day today, and it's his third 20-miler of the cycle tomorrow. Oh boy. How many 20-milers are you going to do in your cycle? I've gone back and forth on that. I've done cycles where I've done like 4 20-milers, like 4 20 miles, like once a week for a month. That marathon did not go well. I don't know that that's necessarily causal, but I think I was just new to that kind of volume. And then I've had my fastest marathons, I've only had like 1 20-mile run in the block. So far in this block that I'm doing, we've done 2 18-mile runs, I think a 22-mile run, and then a 20-mile run tomorrow. I don't know how many big, long runs are left. I don't know. Matt Byer says, rest day today after 15 miles yesterday. 2 times 2.5 miles and 2 times 2 miles with 1 mile recoveries. 7:31 per mile average, half marathon pace. Not even signed up for a half or a full. That's a big day. Wait, that's like 9 miles at a half marathon pace? Whew, that is a big day. I feel like maybe you should sign up for a race soon if that's what you're doing. Nice. Sean Devlin says, hey, Co-Fuzzy Run Club, rest day today, and I feel like $1 million for some reason. Ready running these Rocket X2s tomorrow. Nice. Well, hopefully you have a good race. All right, let's scroll. Oh, all right. So, let's do a couple of these. I'm behind you guys. JC says for 20-mile runs, 3:20s is good. I try to get 4 in. I just feel like that's a lot. That doesn't feel. Is that a lot? I don't know if I would think that would be a lot. If I did 4 between now and London, I don't think it would be a lot. There might be 4 between now and London, 20 or 20 plus. Because Andrew Scott says technically 3:20s and 1:22. That's a lot. Daniel Burton's only done 1 20-mile training run in my lifetime. Yeah, it's just so long. It takes a long time to recover too, I guess. About the big 10K, Kyle Massa says, the big 10K course is so chaotic. LFT is not designed for that race size, a lakefront trail, but it's a fun event and a party afterwards. The party is nice, but then it's also weird because I'm like, I don't know where to go. I didn't go to any of these schools. And so there's like there's little parties for each school, you know? So, I don't know. But yeah. Frank says, my one block with 11 20 plus milers, I did get a PR, but I don't think it was as important as just getting more volume. Yeah. Interesting. 11 20 milers is a lot though. I remember that one block that I did like 4 20 milers in a row. I remember Shannon was in here and was like, you sure about that? It seems like a lot. And I was like, I don't know. I'm making it up as I go along. Johnny Dodgen says, first time watching live this week. USA's daylight savings got us messed up in the UK. I think it's so bizarre that daylight savings happens at a different time in different parts of the world. That makes no sense to me. And I'm suggesting not that you guys do it our way. If anything, we should do it your way, or we should just all get rid of it. That's the thing I want to do. Andrew Cho's got an 18-mile long run on Sunday. Going to test out Metaspeed Paris. Excited. All right. And Jonathan Garrett says, I'm 2 out of 5 for the 20 plus mile runs this block. You're going to have 5 20 milers? Oh, boy. And last year I ran one for 1 month before Boston, did 1 18 miler. And this year I'll do 5 20s. And I'm not sure the result will be much different, to be honest. I feel like if you do a block with 5 20s, the benefit won't be this block. It'll be the next one. That's kind of what I feel like. That's how that works. I don't know. Calvin's going to do, hoping only get 1 or 2 20s in my block, 9 weeks left, and I have to account for a taper. Luis says, last training cycle I did 4 20s and 122. Worked for a 19-minute PR in December. Well, there you go. And Steve wants to know, and I think this is a really important question, are 20 miles worth it if they take over 3.5 hours for the combined, for like a total time threshold? Yeah, I just, for my 20 miler, I think it took 3 hours. I don't know that I like running much longer than that. And so that's like the other thing for me too. I remember earlier on when my marathons were like 3.5 and 4 hours, then I was like, I wanted to do the 20 miler more for confidence. I know there's injury risk. I know it's very taxing on the body, but I just was like, I wouldn't feel good stepping up to the line not knowing I had done one, you know? And in Chicago, there's I think it's CARA, Chicago Area Runners Association. They put on a supported 20 miler point to point, you know, and that's a really fun event. I don't know what just happened to my camera there. So I've done that one, and then since then though, like I've gotten a little bit faster, and so like the 20 miler takes a little bit less time, but it still takes, you know, to 3 to 3.5 hour time range. I'm not sure. I would definitely defer to a coach in terms of when the cutoff is, but there's a certain point of diminishing returns where, like, you know, yes, being more mentally confident is important, but there's a big injury risk if you're doing a lot of runs that take more than, like, let's say 5 hours. That's a long time on feet, you know? And so I think about, like, well, how does then you have to start thinking of it like, well, how does an ultra runner prepare for it? So like my 50K, it was a 2-lap race. And my first lap, I went out at 5-hour pace. And then I had to slow down quite a bit, and I ended up going 7-hour pace. At the end, it took me 6 hours to finish the race. You know, and so like for that, I was not doing, like, even for that race, I wasn't doing a lot of like 4-hour training runs, you know? So I don't know. That's where like having a coach is really useful. I don't have the knowledge for that. And I've done it a variety of ways where I've done a lot of 3-hour, 45-minute runs, 4-hour runs, and I've not done a lot of 4-hour runs. Raj Kumar Rajinji says, happy Friday, co-family. Kofuzi, I saw the Instagram video you wearing half tights. Which is your favorite half tight for training and which for running a half or full? The answer is the same for both. I don't really have a different one that I like for racing versus running because they're useful in both situations. I mean, I guess like, I don't know. I don't think that there's a big difference in terms of which I would pick for one or the other. I have a lot that I like I'm not sure that I have a favorite. The Rabbit Speedster is probably the one I reach for the most often. I also do like the Rabbit Speedster X that has one less pocket, but it is a thinner material that should be less hot. I like the Bandit half tights, but they are hard to get. They're usually sold out. What other ones am I wearing frequently? That's the main ones that I really enjoy. John G makes really good ones. Lots of pockets in that. We talked about this the other day. Corsa still makes now makes the Roadrunner Sports ones that I really like, and those are like the pretty cheap. Who am I missing? I haven't tried the Say Sky ones. I think Andy really likes those. FOD Runner. I haven't tried that one. Jong Bohoy says, I was with 2 coaches in the last 2 years, and they capped my long run at 3 hours. I feel like that's what I would do if I were a coach. And like, if I had a runner that was really like, yeah, but I feel like I need to hit 20 if I'm going to run 26, depending on how long that was going to take, maybe I would do it like a month and a half out. So there's plenty of time to recover, but yeah. And Mark Peterson says that Ben Johnson loves the Nike Lava Loops half tights. Nike has been adding more pockets to their half tights, which is good. What's funny is I bought a pair of full length tights because I was going to a Puma event in Austin, and I was looking at I was like thinking the weather that time of year, I'm probably going to want full length tights. So I bought a pair of full length tights, and it only had a little tiny pocket in the back. So I put like my hotel key in there, and I carried my camera with me to go to this event. And then I didn't have a phone with me for some reason, and I just remember like, I wish I could have brought my phone today because I was there with Rory Linkletter, and I was like going to try to take a selfie, and I was like, I forgot I didn't bring my phone. I mean, I just did it with the GoPro, but I was like, I forgot. And I was like, I forgot these Puma full tights don't have enough pockets, and Rory's like, my full length Puma tights have pockets on each side. And I was like, oh, that's nice. I want those. I couldn't find those. I was like, I looked all over the website, couldn't find any other half tights. So I guess if you're a Puma Pro, you can get Puma full length tights with pockets on each side. But for the rest of us, no pockets, bad pockets. Frank Lehler says, my Aeroswift tights don't even have a key pouch. That's how it was when I was wearing Nike stuff. It was like no key pouch, no pocket at all, you know? Let's see here. Alf Dickinson says, I did 5 20-milers in my Seville block using the Ben Parks L3 program. Going to do just the 1 20-miler for the Midnight Reverse London Marathon and training for a Leeds Marathon in early May. There's a lot to unpack in that sentence. There's a Midnight Reverse London Marathon. Alf, that sounds pretty incredible. And 5 20-milers in Seville. That's a lot. But that's going to set you up real strong for Leeds. That's my prediction. Wow, 520. He prescribes 5 20 milers. That's a lot. Whew. Phil Ortman says, it's a delicate balance for me as the mileage piles up. Big mileage during the week takes its toll on my weekend long run, and a big long run takes the wind out of my daily runs. That's definitely true. Right now, I'm getting bigger long runs and a lot of mileage during the week, and that's why I've been like tired and forgetting stuff. So I did give myself like an extra hour and a half of sleep last night. So I feel like that might be why I felt so good on my run. It's probably why I felt so good on my run today. Yeah. And Shannon's here, and she says, I got 3:11 last fall on 3 18-milers. Everything else is shorter. I feel like that's a good recipe. That's a good recipe right there. But this block, I seem to be running a lot of higher mileage. So, okay. So one of the things I want to tell you about today, I just got back from my run, and I just mentioned how much I really enjoyed it. And I ran today. Where did I put them? In these Mizuno Wave Rebellion Flash 2s. It's still a very confusing shoe, and it's kind of a quirky, weird shoe, and I'm feeling just like crazy high drop. It's just very weird, but when I was running with this shoe at easy paces, it just worked. It made sense somehow. Not at first, because you got to get used to like the rocker starts like underneath your arch, and you could feel it the whole way. But at easy paces, the combo of the NOZ Lite and the EVA, even with this wave plate, it all worked for me. I was just happy the entire time. I just really liked the shoe. And then I remembered, oh, we just recently weighed this shoe, right? And now I'm like, oh, but I just ran in it. Now I can't put it on the spreadsheet. You know what I mean? But then I remembered we weighed it on camera the other day. So I looked up the thing on camera the live stream from like a few days ago. So let's I feel like we need to go find that shoe sheet. And let's see, am I sharing it now? Here we go. We got the shoe sheet. And I wrote down what it was. It was 8.5 ounces and 242 grams of the left shoe. So where does 8.5 ounces go? 242 grams. It goes at the bottom here. So Mizuno. See how fun this is, guys? Oh my God. You guys had doubts, but this is like amazing. 8.5 ounces. And we'll put it underneath because we got the grams too, 242 grams. 0 miles. Left shoe. I had doubts of how important it would be to put in the left or the right, but it makes sense. For whatever reason, the other day, I weighed the left shoes. So, yeah. Luis Becerra says, here we go with a nerd smiling face emojis. 3 of them. All heart RC, this is fun and amazing. Kevin Wong says, yeah, spreadsheets. Eric says, hi, my name is Mike, and I'm new to CPAs Anonymous. And Colin says, it takes a while to adjust, but the Extreme Rocker is so unique and it makes it fun. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's really a breath of fresh air in a year where everything got very stable and, in my mind, a little bit boring. This shoe is like, I find it a little bit still difficult to run in because it feels like it has just a gigantic heel drop, even though I think it's 8 millimeters. I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. I don't like it if there's a heavy camber on the road. I just feel like I'm slowly tilting to the side. But like when you get into a rhythm in the shoe, it's just really, really nice. Like it's just the right amount of firmness, just the right amount of softness, just the amount of roll, right amount of roll. Everything is just working for me. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about it. And I also just wanted a reason to bust out the spreadsheet. So there we go. I guess we could go back and look through some of the old videos to see what the other shoes weighed when they came in. But for now, that's the one we got. Anyone else making some? Calvin Wong says, everyone's got jokes. Calvin says, not elite CPA. Eliza says, this level of nerdiness is a delight. Shannon says, shoe sheet, not to be confused with sushi. Video says, did you lock that cell or is that a formula? No, the grams is not a formula. The grams is when I hit the mode button on the scale. So that way, because it only gives me in tenths of an ounce, so that's not as much specificity as I want. So that's why I feel like the grams will be important, and it'll be the tiebreaker a lot of times. I feel like when we have shoes that are the same weight. Andrew Scott says you can probably take out the ounces since you have it in the column like you have with grams. I know, but none of us Americans will know what 242 means. We just have no reference, 8.5 ounces means something to me. Steve Zabrowski says, I watched this to get away from spreadsheets. Oh, yeah. And Adam says, you got to put just numbers in the OZ column. That way you can sort it numerically. That's true. All right, let's go back to that. What did I just hit? Okay, yeah, you're right. Let's see. I would have figured that out eventually the first time I tried to really sort these. But I mean, ideally, hopefully I won't have to sort them too much ever, because as I go, I'll just be adding one new, and I'll just kind of like insert a row above wherever, you know, I just have to insert a row between wherever it goes. But RC says, this is the funniest segment this week. Kevin Sito says, I think I clicked on the wrong thumbnail on the YouTube homepage. So funny. Jonathan Gaillard says, all these spreadsheet jokes would be glad I didn't have to work with him that often. And Steve Blackadar says, which Cozy Run Club intern is going to dig through the archives to fill this sheet out more? I'll do it. Don't worry. Don't worry. And Steve McCallum says, I just can't watch other people struggle with spreadsheets. Oh my goodness. DZ Hero Aperture says, oh man, what did I click on? Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Andrew Scott, there's definitely a line graph in our future. I was just thinking about today how I'm going to make some bar graphs of the clothes that I'm wearing, because yesterday we talked about my running clothes. So I could talk about which brands I am gravitating towards most by the clothes that I'm choosing to wear, which is going to be dictated in some instances by which brands of shoes are coming out and I'm testing. But there's definitely a bar chart in your guys' future, you know. All right. I think are we good? I think that's good. Thanks everybody for indulging me on this segment. Weigh that shoe. I don't know why this is so funny. All right. Kevin Lara wants to know if this is going to be on the final exam. You know what's really no joke though about it though, is like I used to memorize on accident how much basketball shoes weighed, because I would just flip through the East Bay catalog so much, and there was nothing written for any of the shoes. So all you could read was like prices, like availability, and weight. Like that was like it, you know. No. Eric Paramount says, there's definitely a bar chart in your future. Is it the worst fortune cookie ever? All right. That was good. The other thing I was thinking about is like, do I need to get a second scale? Because like, what if my scale is off? Because I was just looking at, so I posted a reel today, and this is no longer a joke. I'm actually serious. Do I need a second scale? I posted a reel today about my endorphin speed unboxing, and on I posted a story of the reel, and there I was like, Saucony, can someone from Saucony please email me? I've been trying to email you guys because basically I wanted the tech sheets, because like sometimes they want you to set, like no one's ever asked me to, but like if there's a trade name for the rubber, like Asics grip, or with the foams like nitro foam or po foam, which is I think what Puma's now calling their EVA, or you know, whatever. I want to be able to use the trade names that they have, you know. And also like stuff like stack height and drop doesn't always make it to shoe websites, but it's usually on a spec sheet. Drew sent me the spec sheets. He has like a list of a giant compendium of all the shoes and all the colors that are going to come out in the next year, and the stack heights and weights from Saucony. And I'm like, I know if they had offered that to me, I would have been like, you can't give that to me because I'm going to leak that on accident at some point. But Drew, now I have it, I guess. But yeah. But I was thinking about it, and the weights that I weighed for my Endorphin Speed and Pro are different than the weights listed on the information that Drew gave me, which is a sheet that he got from Saucony. So I'm like, what if my scale is just off? For it to be off by 0.3 ounces would be really startling, because it's a scale meant for weighing mail and buying postage. So that would be really odd if it was off by that much, but I don't know. Maybe I need to get a second scale. I don't know. Calvin says, next video, Mike goes to NASA to ensure his shoes are accurately weighed, taking into account the magnetic discrepancies of Earth and other planetary bodies. I did think, like, hey, we're in a basement here. Is humidity going to become a factor? I don't know. Because my wife was like, I think we need to buy a dehumidifier for the basement for the summer. And I'm like, I don't know. Stevie76 says, you got to get 2 scales. That's an aggravated felony. And Shannon says, 1 scale for the shoes, the other for drugs. That's funny. You guys. All right. I think it's box time. Let's get to the box. All right. Giant box from Deckers. I don't know if there's 1 pair of shoes in here or 2. There was mention of a second shoe, but I didn't know if they were like saying, like, just telling me about a second shoe, or if they were sending me a second shoe, or what. There's 2 boxes in here. All right, here's the first box. Sorry. I was looking to, because if it was what I was thinking is I wanted to show them to you in an order. This is from Deckers Labs. It's the U Enduro Max GTX Mid. That's quite a product name. Quite a product name. Deckers Labs is kind of the part of Hoka that just experiments a lot of times. And so this is going to be a little bit different. I've seen pictures of it. You've probably seen it. I think Believe in the Run already reviewed these. But we've got the nice in printing on the box. Very BB-8 is the vibe that I'm getting from this. I like it. Ooh. Look at this. This is gigantic, by the way. I already forgot the name. This is the U Enduro Max GTX Mid. It's got a Hoka 10.9 style heel flare in the back. I love the colors that are working through here. This is pretty amazing. It says there's carbon in here. SPR 865 carbon. Do you guys see that? What is that? Is this a carbon fiber plated hiking boot? No. Is it? It's got Vibram light base on here. Really nice wide footprint. I love the laces that they've picked for this. Adams tells us that, Deckers also does Uggs and Teva. There's something else that they do too. It's a much smaller brand though, but yeah. I think that the most, like, a very fascinating thing was when, like, it used to be Uggs was the biggest brand in the Deckers portfolio, and then Hoka took them over, which I thought was pretty fascinating. Daniel Burton says, take me to your leader. Eric Paramount says, brought to you by Legos. Is there a Legos vibe to this? I like it. Steve Blackadar says, definitely 10.9 vibes. The 10.9 is just this is mild compared to the 10.9's wild, but yeah. JC says it's a 10.9 high top and ugly as sin. I think this is pretty. I like these colors. I'm rocking this. Yeah. Calvin says, and carbon. Are we getting hiking razors? I don't know that there's a carbon fiber plate in here. I'll have to do some research. Maybe you guys can look it up for me while we're out here. Are we going to weigh these? Should we weigh these? They're hiking boots, so, like, they're not really running shoes, but I suppose we could just add it to the chart. They'll just be at the bottom, you know? I think I got all the paper out of here. But, yeah. Look at all these lace loops. So many lace loops. How long do you think this lace has got to be? It's like 6 feet long. Calvin says it has the Hoka color blocking for sure. Yeah. Affluent Journeys calls it moon boots. Runner Will says, I will wear those to chill. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, you will see these at a track meet, a junior high school track meet near you in Northwest Illinois. Eric says, okay, I admit it. I'd hike in those, but I do like orange. So I would definitely hike in these. And you know what's nice is that my daughter my younger daughter is in Girl Scouts, and she has to go on 3 hikes to be able to get her next badge. And so, like, those would be nice. I got a little something. I probably should get her something special. I think she's doing her hikes in. Now she's outgrown her pair. I bought the entire family pairs of Merrell hiking shoes, not boots, during the pandemic. But now she's in her sister's. But yeah. Where did it go? Someone says, Nicholas Holland says, back to the spreadsheets. Why is this so funny? It's not funny, but I love it. Okay. Let's get the spreadsheets back out. I got to share my screen again. Let's get it. I'm glad I didn't close out. I was about to. I don't know if this will even fit on my scale, but here we go. Well, first let's get it weighed. All right, we got a right boot. What do you guys think this thing weighs? Danny Glugiosa says I gotta take them out for a 6x6. All right. Yeah, Maddie Max said you're gonna have to add a column to that bad boy. Eric thinks they're 20 ounces. Calvin thinks that they're 13.4. A lot of you guys are between 15 and 13. JC says 15. Dan says 13. Eliza's 14. That's close, but Matthew Rhodes was the first one to get it. 15 ounces. It's 15 ounces on the dot. 15 ounces and 426 grams. So like Deckers. I'm going to just say Deckers. Do I have to say Lab? Deckers Lab. What is this called again? Duro. What the heck? Duro Max GTX. Oh, it's Gore-Tex too. It doesn't say Gore-Tex anywhere on it though. Oh, it does say Gore-Tex on it right here. There's a little tag. Do you see that? All right. It was 15 ounces, 426 grams, 0 miles, right boot. There we go. Where'd the sheet go? Is the sheet still there? There we go. There's a sheet. Sorry. Oh, I put the G in there. Sorry. That's why that's set up. I haven't really done a lot of work in spreadsheets. Not really that much. Well, since there was a year where I was a temp for Hyatt Hotels in the accounting finance department. That year I used a lot of spreadsheets. That was 20 years ago now. So it's been that long since I've been a power user, I guess. All right. Eric Pamela says, whose sheet is this next time on trivia? All right. Okay. Let's get back to, we'll put this away for now. But remember, guys, it's getting really messy over here. I got to clean up. There's another shoe in the box. This is the U Enduro Max Low. So the other was U Enduro Max GTX Mid. This is a U Enduro Max Low. It's weird to have Max and Low in the same product name, right? Max Low. I feel like they're just going to go on with Max for the mid. And then nothing for the low top. But look at this. This looks familiar. I've had a shoe that looked just like this before from Deckers Labs. I can't remember what it was called, but this is it. If you like browns, This, I got a shoe for you. This is like a brown cornucopia. These are browns, right? I'm like, yeah. Eliza says this is ham and split pea coloring. Calvin says, do we need a third wall for hiking shoes? I think probably not. I don't think that a lot of brands are going to be sending me hiking shoes. But, yeah. But it's also got Vibram on the bottom. It's light base. Looks to be the same pattern on the outsole. Focus. There we go. And again, a lot of lace loops up top. It's giving me bowling shoe vibes from up here, guys. But yeah, I like this. It's a good low. These feel like leather. I don't think that they are, but like suede, but feels really nice. And it says the same thing, SPR 865 carbon on the side. That says Decker's Lab. This side says the carbon thing on it. So there we go. I'm going to hike so much faster than my daughter. Oh, she's not going to know what hit her. Runner Will says, holy moly, those look green, and I don't hate it. Okay, I thought it was a whole bunch of brown. Daniel Horton says, this is how colorblind. I have brown and greens are my hardest. Maybe that's why I don't like camping. But Daniel Burton says it's frog green. Martha says it's olive green. Martha says it's green pea soup green. Nicholas Holland says those are like forest green. Everyone's yelling at me about how green they are. Okay. Okay. So yeah, whatever color it is, there's a lot in this. It's a lot of the same corner of the color palette. I feel like, Eric Paramount says, I'm going to hike so much faster than my daughter. It's a quote from your boy, Scott Jurek. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten on about these yet. He just did a nice layout for Bondi's, I feel like. Did you guys see that? Calvin says, Cole will be the dad who expects the rest of the family to smash a 14er in 4 hours. Come on, guys. So it's not getting any higher. I feel like, though, if you're taking your family on a big hike like that, you got to worry about it getting dark before you get back down. So we got to hustle up. Nature's not going to wait. Oh, what's going on with the tongue here? It's kind of a little flip. All right, we guys ready? Are we ready to weigh this shoe? All right, let me start right. Decker's Lab. UN Duro Max Low. I'm guessing this is not Gore-Tex. I don't see a Gore-Tex Lab on here. All right, here we go. Weighing it in. Let's do ounces first. Oh, this is surprisingly light. And Will almost had it. He said 10 ounces. Some of you guys went heavy. Eric said 12.3. JC said 12.5. But Runner Will was the closest. It's 10.9 without going over. So, it's interesting. 308 grams. So, 10.9, 308, 0. And this is the right. Oh, wait, I gotta move. Oh, geez, I messed it up already. Insert row above. We'll move that. It goes there. Ah, nice. See how fun this is? Do you see how fun this is, guys? Oh my goodness. Calvin says lighter than some trail running shoes. Oh well, yeah. I'm trying to remember the shoe that I had from Decker's Lab that looked like it looks just like this. It was different colors, but I'm getting deja vu holding this. I don't know what it was, but yeah. I was saying Vibram the other day in a video. In what video was I saying Vibram? I can't remember, but someone commented, I think it's no, what did I say? Vibram or Vibram? But they were saying, oh, they think it's Vibram, and they were VY, Vibram. And I'm like, I think it's for Vitali Brahmani, the guy that founded this Italian company. I think it'd be really weird if they went with Vibram. But that's the right pronunciation, right? Vibram? I don't know. Calvin says, this is the same weight as the Moore Trail V3. Oh, I moved that over to the other wall. That's the problem with having a second wall. I don't know where stuff is anymore. But yeah. Yeah, Vibram. That's how I always said, Vibram. Vibram. Italian. It's Italian for Chile. Yeah, Vibram. JC's got it. All right. All right, guys. That was a lot of fun. Before we wrap up today, I got to tell you, I'm going to be gone next week. So I got to look at a calendar. What day is the 20th? I'll be gone the 20th. The 20th is Wednesday. So we're only going to have live streams Monday and Tuesday next week. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll be gone. I'm going on a trip. I'm going to make it a surprise. Maybe I'll tell you Tuesday. But for now, I'll leave it a surprise. Some friends are going on this trip as well, so that'll be good. You'll see some familiar faces. But it's not somewhere I've been before. Actually, I've been there before. No, I haven't been there before. I thought maybe one time I went with my family, but no, I haven't. So somewhere I've never been before, and somewhere you're probably not thinking that I would end up being at. So it has nothing to do with the hiking boots. So to give you a clue, but yeah. So that's where I'll be, and then there'll be a really fun video, maybe a couple of videos from that one. So that'll be good. All right, but so the next time I'll see you guys will be Monday. Monday, I'm thinking we're gonna have the Velocity Nitro 3 video. I think that one's gonna be next. I know I also reviewed the Wave Rebellion Pro too, but that shoe kind of hurt my ankle a little bit. It made my ankle very tired, and I'm very nervous about injury, so I don't want to run too frequently in it. So it's going to take me a little bit longer to get to that one. And tomorrow I will do my 20 miler in the Saucony Endorphin Pro. So we'll have lots to talk about come Monday. And hopefully you guys have good races over the weekend. Everyone running at LA, good luck to you guys. Everyone else racing this weekend, have fun. Hopefully you race hard. Let's hear about all those PRs on Monday. And in the meantime, everybody else, be safe out there. Thanks.